good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and thank you for stopping by the Cruise Coffee Show. In this show, our dedicated team will guide you through the latest updates and theories involving the cruise industry around the world. And if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for future streams when they go live.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this. Welcome to the second episode of the Cruise Coffee Show, where news is real and coffee is fake. So today is Wednesday, June 14th. The time is currently 9:03 Eastern here on the East Coast. So let me know down in the chat or the comments section how you guys are doing today. If you're watching this on the replay, you can also follow along with us as well. So let us know where you guys are watching from. And let us know if you guys are excited for a great Cruise Coffee Show. Now I know, haven't done one in a while, actually since last year. But we are back, and hopefully we're going to be doing more throughout the summer this year. So we are loaded with a bunch of cruise news today. Ranging from Costa, Carnival, Disney, and even Crystal Cruises is back. So, without further ado, we are going to be diving in here in a few minutes. But once again, if you are joining us in the live chat today or on the replay, let us know where you guys are watching from and if you guys are excited for a great Cruise Coffee Show. Now, without further ado, let's get into our first cruise story. The Carnival Venezia has arrived in the United States. So actually, this happened just yesterday. The Carnival Venezia arrived in the beautiful city of New York, and also this marks the Carnival Venezia's arrival in the United States. The Carnival Venezia will conduct cruises out of New York until I believe until next winter. Then it will reposition to Port Canaveral, Florida for cruises to the Caribbean. The Carnival Venezia is the latest addition to the Carnival Cruise Line fleet. It sailed into New York City yesterday morning. The ship's guests just completed a 15-night transatlantic sailing that began in Barcelona. Carnival will host a welcome ceremony on board the ship this evening. And comedian and late-night television host Jay Leno will become the first godfather to name a Carnival ship. Now, once again, that is happening tonight. So the ship is currently docked in New York City, and the christening ceremonies will begin tonight. On tomorrow afternoon, the Carnival Venezia will depart the Manhattan Cruise Terminal and will embark on a 4-night sailing visiting Bermuda. The Carnival Venezia is debuting Carnival's fun Italian style and introducing several new concepts from restaurants to bars and entertainment programming. The new venues and experiences will enhance the ship's theming, as its design is inspired by the city of Venice, Italy. The 25th ship in the fleet, the Carnival Venezia, offers a wide range of options for guests cruising from New York, including 10 different cruise durations and 22 unique itineraries featuring visits to 25 ports and 14 countries. Now, like I said earlier, the Carnival Venezia is actually sailing from Port Canaveral. Now, this is a shameless plug. Subscribe to the Tyler Show on YouTube. I will try to subscribe to the Tyler Show on YouTube. I will try to post a link down in the live chat. The live chat should stay after the live stream, so if you're watching this on the replay, you should be able to access the live chat. But, like I said earlier, the Carnival Venezia is going to be sailing from Port Canaveral, Florida next winter. So you definitely do not want to miss it. The Tyler Show is basically your go-to Port Canaveral channel. He rides along with the pilots at the port and also does ship spotting and cruises out of Port Canaveral. So give me 1 second. Okay, so it should be in the live chat now. So definitely go like and subscribe to his channel for everything Port Canaveral. You definitely do not want to miss it because I'm pretty sure he's going to be ship spotting the Carnival Venetia once it arrives in Port Canaveral. Now, speaking of the live chat, if you do have a question, tag us at Best of Boat Worlds in the comments, and we will try to answer your comments as best as we can. You can also do this if you're watching in the replay chat as well. Just tag us at Best of Boat Worlds in your comments, and we will try to answer your comments as best as we can. Alright, now, we are going to go on to our second cruise story of the day. Now, we are going to be continuing on with the Carnival Venetia theme. The Carnival Venetia theme. So anyway, without further ado, let's go on to our second cruise story of the day. Jay Leno is going to be the godfather of the Carnival Venetia. Now, as you all know, the Carnival Venetia arrived in New York just yesterday morning. Carnival Cruise Lines has announced its first ever godfather for a cruise ship. Comedian and former Tonight Show host Jay Leno will serve as Carnival Venetia's godfather on the ship's christening ceremony tonight, June 14, 2023. President of Carnival Cruise Line, Christine Duffy, said, quote, Carnival Venetia originally entered service for our Italian sister brand Costa Cruises and was christened in 2019, so she already has a godmother. With Carnival Venetia joining the fleet and sailing from New York, we wanted to ensure a proper welcome for the ship and decided to have a godfather would be both fun and appropriate, end quote. She also went on to say, quote, and when we thought of someone who would make a fun godfather with Italian heritage, we knew Jay Leno would be the perfect godfather, and he's already a member of the Carnival family. He's entertained guests a few years ago as part of our Carnival Fun Entertainment series, end quote. Leno, who also spent 2 decades hosting The Tonight Show on NBC, he currently produces and is the host of his own CNBC primetime series, Jay Leno's Garage, and is now in its 7th season and explores the world of cars and the stories behind them. So that's definitely interesting. So last year we saw Disney Cruise Line announcing Guide Children, and now Carnival Cruise Lines has announced its very own godfather. Now this is also interesting to say. So there is a second ship coming out for Carnival's Fun Italian Style. I believe it's coming out next year out of Long Beach. So this is going to be interesting. Will the ship have a godfather or a godmother? I don't know. We will see. Post your predictions down in the live chat, or if you're watching on the replay, down in the comment section. Now, once again, like I did say before, if you have a question, tag us at Best of Boat Worlds, and we will try to answer as best as we can. And even if you're watching on the replay, you can also do this as well. Continuing on with Costa Cruise Lines has its entire fleet. Costa Cruises now has its entire fleet back at sea. After being one of the first cruise lines to welcome its guests back in 2020, Costa Cruises now has its full fleet back at sea. With the Costa Serena now sailing in Asia, the company's entire fleet is cruising again. More than 3 years after entering its operational pause, the vessel welcomed guests back in mid-May, marking the return of Costa's 10 cruise ships. So that is definitely interesting. Costa Cruises is sailing from various regions all around the world, mainly in the Mediterranean. We also saw the Costa della Lusa sailing from Port Canaveral on a unique cruise, around the world cruise. Now, like I said, the Tyler Show did do a video based off of this new Costa ship. So, definitely go check it out on his channel. It's definitely a great ship spotting video. Also, so this is also pretty interesting. It's also kind of, I don't want to say it's kind of weird, but it's like one of the first cruise lines to restart sailings in 2020 has now just gone back at sea. But anyway, yeah, so that's definitely very interesting. So we are going to see how Costa turns out, and if the new Carnival Fun Italian style is going to do really any good for Costa, since the ships aren't with Costa anymore. Now, we're heading over to Royal Caribbean's sister brand, Celebrity Cruises. Celebrity Cruises has announced new details for the Celebrity Ascent, which is sailing, I believe, next year. So anyway, let's head to that cruise news story. Celebrity has announced its new ship details. Celebrity Cruises revealed details about its upcoming ship, the Celebrity Ascent, set to launch this November. The Celebrity Ascent will be based in South Florida for the 2023 to 2024 Caribbean season. The ship will offer departures from Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale from December 2023 to April 2024, exploring destinations like the Bahamas, Grand Cayman, Puerto Rico, and the British Virgin Islands before heading to Europe for the summer of Mediterranean cruises, according to the press release. Celebrity Cruises President Laura Beijing announced, quote, "I'm so excited to announce the world to Celebrity Ascent and to continue the legacy of the Celebrity Edge series. First launched in 2018, the Edge series transformed what cruising could be, and its ships, like Edge, Apex, and beyond, quickly became consumer favorites, continuously striving to offer travelers a better way to enjoy travel and reach the world around them. We are so proud of what we have built and look forward to welcoming both seasoned and new cruisers alike," end quote. In addition to returning favorites such as the Feeder, the Rooftop Garden, and the Sunset Bar, guests can look forward to new experiences including the redesigned La Voyage restaurant, a plant-based tasting menu at Eden Restaurant, Le Patin Chef Dinner, Bourbon offerings and tastings, the Martini Bar, a revitalized main dining experience inspired by the culture of champagne, and the outdoor Thames at Blue. The ship will also feature nightly entertainment at the resort deck, new production series shows, a reimagined casino floor, and a redesigned art gallery. In addition, guests will have the opportunity to shop travel and home accessories at the Sunset Collection by Nate Biercase. So this is definitely a pretty cool and unique ship coming out from Celebrity Cruises. As you all know, the Celebrity Ascent is the fourth ship in the Celebrity Edge class series. Because before, we had the Celebrity Edge in 2018, the Celebrity Apex in 2020, just last year the Celebrity Beyond setting sail, and then this year the Celebrity Ascent sailing from none other than Port Everglades. Sorry about that, folks. But anyway, so that's definitely a very interesting cruise story. So now speaking of premium cruise lines, we are going to be heading over to Disney Cruise Line. Disney Cruise Line has won the Blue Circle Award for Environmental Stewardship in Vancouver, Canada. Disney Cruise Line has received the Vancouver Port Authority's Blue Circle Award for the 10th consecutive year, recognizing the cruise line's participation last year in the port's Voluntary Eco Action Program and Energy Action Initiative. Barry Camboni, Disney Cruise Line's Vice President for Safety, Security, Environmental Policy, and Compliance, said, quote, "This award demonstrates our long-standing commitment to operating responsibly and sustainably, especially while sailing the Pacific Northwest. By doing our part to reduce emissions, conserve energy, and protect the rich biodiversity of the region, we are proud to continue our legacy of taking action that support a healthy environment," end quote. According to the press release, one of the primary ways Disney Cruise Line reduces its impact on the environment while sailing in Alaska and Canada is to turn off the ship's engines and rely on the port's shoreside electricity grid when available. Specific to Vancouver, when the port's electricity grid is supplied by hydro and wind power, the Disney Wonder eliminated 99% of emissions by using shore power every time it called on Vancouver last year. Using shore power is just one of the many ways that Disney Cruise Line strives to minimize its impact on the environment. The company said in support of the Walt Disney Company's commitment to reach net zero emissions by 2030. Among other initiatives, the cruise lines continue to invest in low-emission fuels, including using ultra-low sulfide fuel on the Magic and Dream classes of ships and liquefied natural gas on its newest class of ship, along with the plan to use green methanol on a newly acquired ship that will home port in Singapore in 2025. In addition, the company said that it has nearly eliminated all single-use plastics across the fleet by no longer using plastic straws, switching to refillable bath product dispensers in guest staterooms, and removing plastic bags from onboard merchandise locations and replacing plastic water bottles with recyclable aluminum ones. That is definitely a very interesting cruise story. Disney Cruise Line has won the Blue Circle Award for Environmental Stewardship in Vancouver, Canada. So let us know down in the chat, what do you think about this? Is Disney Cruise Line heading in the right direction for the cruise industry and paving the way for net zero emissions? So let us know what you guys think about these cruise stories down in the comments. Down in the comment section if you're watching on the replay, and in the live chat if you are watching this live with us. Also, once again, if you have a question, tag us at Best of Both Worlds in the comments, and we'll try to answer the comments as best as we can. Now, continuing on to Disney Cruise Line. Disney Cruise Line has announced late 2024 cruises. Disney Cruise Line has announced its Very Maritime Cruises and Halloween on the High Seas cruises. Disney Cruise Line has announced the return of Halloween on the High Seas and Very Maritime Cruises in 2024. Halloween on the High Seas will be available from mid-September through October 2024. Guests on board these special sailings can dress up and join Disney characters in their Halloween costumes, enjoy themed foods and beverages, and more. Now here's the very important part. This is where the ships will be sailing out of. The Disney Wish will be continuing its 3 to 4 night Bahamian sailings from Port Canaveral. And the Disney Fantasy will also be sailing from Port Canaveral, doing 4 to 6 and 7 night sailings, exploring the Bahamas and the Caribbean. The Disney Magic will set sail from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, with sailings ranging from 3 to 5 nights. Guests on board the Disney Magic and the Disney Fantasy will have a chance to relax at Disney Cruise Line's newest destination in the Bahamas, at Lighthouse Point. The Very Maritime Cruises will be available from mid-November through December of 2024, and will include a range of themed activities and celebrations on deck that are full of holiday spirit. The Disney Wish will sail 4 to 5 night sailings to the Bahamas and the Caribbean from Port Canaveral, while the Disney Dream will offer departures from Fort Lauderdale. The Disney Fantasy will offer 4-night Very Maritime sailings to the Bahamas, as well as longer 6 to 7 night itineraries in November and December. Select voyages will include a visit to Disney Cruise Line's newest destination at Lighthouse Point. The Disney Magic will also be positioned to Galveston and will offer sailings ranging from 4 to 6 nights, visiting ports of call throughout the Caribbean. Now, in addition to the festive cruises, Disney Cruise Line will offer special sailings to Hawaii and South Pacific. The Disney Wonder will set sail once again from Vancouver, Canada to Honolulu, Hawaii in September of 2024. It will call on Maui and Hawaii before visiting Aruba. From Hawaii, the Disney Wonder will set sail on a trans-Pacific voyage to Sydney, Australia, with visits to destinations such as Fiji, American Samoa, and New Caledonia. Now, this is a definitely very interesting cruise story. Now, if you are wondering when you can book these sailings, you cannot book these sailings until June 26, 2023. Now, if you're part of Disney Cruise Line's Castaway Club, bookings will open sooner, but for the general public, bookings do not open until June 2026. June 26, 2023. Now, we are nearing the end of our live stream today. We are getting ready to go to our last story of the day, and quite frankly, probably the most interesting cruise story of the day. If you all remember, last year, Crystal Cruises has announced that it has gone bankrupt and its ships have gone up for auction. Well, a company has bought the 2 ships of the Crystal Cruises fleet, and now Crystal Cruises has announced that it is returning to none other than Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Crystal Cruises to start cruises from Port Everglades in 2024. Crystal Cruises has announced it will begin home porting from Port Everglades in November of 2023. The cruise line will begin home porting in Florida with the newly refurbished Crystal Serenity. The company will also announce the 2025 itineraries that will include Port Everglades later this year. Crystal's Vice President of Port Operations and Itinerary Planning, Sephimus Ophelis, said, quote, "We are excited to make our return to Port Everglades. More than 3 million guests will sail out of Fort Lauderdale each year, and we are happy to now be an option when looking for an exceptional cruising experience." End quote. CEO and Port Director Jonathan Daniels of Crystal Cruises said, quote, "Crystal is a natural fit for Port Everglades and will be compliant of our growing fleet of high-end brands. Port Everglades is already known as a big ship cruise port, and more luxurious lines are discovering that our terminals are fully scalable to accommodate more intimate ships and their guests," said, end quote. The 740-passenger Crystal Serenity is currently being reversed in Italy and will debut this summer. So Crystal Cruises is back. So let me know down in the comment section if you're watching this on the replay, and if you're watching in the live chat, what you think of this cruise story. Do you think it's interesting? Because I definitely think it is. Crystal Cruises has emerged and is now back and will be sailing from the U.S. next fall. Now I know it might seem like a long way away, but don't worry, it will be back better than ever. Alright, so now we are entering the final minutes of our live chat. Make sure if you did enjoy this live stream and want to see more like it, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload a new video. And also make sure you hit the like button, because it lets YouTube know that people do like this content and want to see more of it. So, if you're watching this in the live chat, or if you're watching this in the replay in the comments, this is our question of the day. So, our question of the day is, if you could put anything on a cruise ship, what would it be? This could be anything from like water slides, roller coasters, anything like that. But what about something new? What's something on a cruise ship that isn't on a cruise ship right now, but you hope would be on a cruise ship in the future? So let me know down in the live chat if you're watching this live, or if you're watching this on the replay in the comments section below. Before we go, please also make sure that if you have any questions at all to tag us at Best of Both Worlds in the comments, or in the chat if you're watching this on the live stream replay. Well, folks, it was definitely fun spending a few minutes of your time with me, and I hope to welcome you to another Cruise Coffee Show. Well, folks, this is the end of today's live stream. If you did enjoy this live stream, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Well, folks, that is the end of today's live stream. We will be doing more Cruise Coffee shows in this summer and in the next couple of weeks. And I'm going to try to get more people onto the Cruz Coffee Show. So if you would like to join our show, please let me know down in the comments section below. Well, folks, have a great summer, have a great rest of your Wednesday, and have a great rest of your week. This is Nathan, and you are watching the Cruz Coffee Show, where the news is real and the coffee is fake. Have a great Wednesday, and have a great rest of your week, everybody.